Hi, honey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I
Good.
like your smile.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. You look good today.
Black shirt. This is black shirt. Working on videos.
Now you know I like them V-necks.
Okay.
Don't play me. Don't let me put you out here in these streets.
Mm. I don't play when it comes to you.
All right. So today, actually, let me just preface this. So I just finished the relaxing gaming series where you did the MK1 story.
Mm-hmm.
And so I figured that today we would talk about MK1 characters
Okay.
since I actually watched the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shameless plug, if you have not watched his MK1 series, make sure you go ahead and head to the Relaxing Gaming channel. You can get the whole gaming content, all whatever 13, 14, 15 parts with no commentary.
Or the main channel on this channel here that you're watching it is me on camera. The relaxing game is with me off camera. But if you want my reaction and me on camera playing, it's on this channel here.
So you got options.
So thanks for the plug.
Of course. So since I actually know who these characters are and what they do, I lined some characters up one-on-one and who would win in a fight. And so I have some characters going against each other and you can let me know who you think would win in a fight against the other character.
Okay.
All right, bet. So the first lineup, I got to go with your boy, Johnny Cage. I know he's one of your favorites.
Johnny Cage. Mm-hmm. No, that's the answer. I was like,
I didn't even tell you who he was going against yet.
I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Johnny Cage versus Kenshi.
Oh, well, as the game showed, Johnny Cage, I thought he was going to mix up, do different characters. I was like, kid, that one they show. So Johnny Cage, I can confidently say it. And me and a friend was debating it. And then when the game came out, I was like, see, told you Johnny was better than Kenshi. But yeah, Johnny.
I'm curious. Johnny Cage versus Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Well, they both are kind of the same.
I know, it's basically Johnny
But
Cage.
Johnny Cage is more of a legend to me than Jean-Claude. So
Okay.
I would have to say Johnny Cage. But it can also be debated that Johnny Cage gets gets his ideas from Jean-Claude. So can he beat the master? Who knows? But I'm a vote. If I put my money down, I'm voting on Johnny Cage.
So wait, you said Johnny Cage gets his ideas from Jean-Claude?
Yeah, it was loosely, when Johnny Cage was made, it was loosely based off of Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's why they put him in the game, just to pay homage. But, loosely based. The splits, hit, and all that stuff is Jean-Claude. He made that famous. But yeah, so.
All right. Second lineup, Smoke versus Rain.
Smoke versus Rain.
Who would win in a fight?
We're talking about from MK1.
MK1. This is all MK1.
Because I was like, back in the day, the Ninja Purple Rain, I'm going to have to go for him. But the Mage one, I'll have to say Smoke. Smoke showed more potential than Rain did. So,
Who has a better fatality?
I like Smoke's. I like Smoke's better. And I like his brutalities better too. Rain is good, don't get me wrong, but if I were choosing one, I have to say Smoke as a whole.
Okay. Your next lineup, and I mean, this is movie aside or game aside, because this is kind of like in alignment, but Lee May versus Tanya.
I'm going to go with Lee May. Lee May is the leader, and she was falsely accused, which made Tanya the leader. Tanya was the leader by default, just because Lee May was falsely accused. Not that Tanya ain't good, but she's no Lee May.
So
Lee May proved that she could hold her own, and that girl was done dirty in the story, but at least she had a redempting arc, and I give her a lot of credit for standing strong and still doing her job. So, and when it showed up, when Melina tested her and all these other people, she beat them all. She beat Tanya, she beat all of them. So, even saved Sindel from Melina when she changed. So, Lee May, and she does it with grace. She doesn't rub it in nobody's face like, I told you I was right. She still respects everybody, and I like that. She has my respect.
All right, but Reiko versus Baraka.
That's a good one. I'm thinking gameplay. I've seen them both being played online. Story wise, we will never know because it was never. But just gameplay wise, actually, how the character development in the story, I have to go with Baraka. Online, online they both are great. I would say if it was just based if it was based off online, I would say I would take a sip because they're equal, because they're both are great in different ways. But seeing the character development in the story as well and putting that together with the gameplay, Baraka had more heart and aggression, and he was about business. But he also had a heart, which I respect, like how he did not kill Reptile. But so I'll just say Baraka.
Okay. Speaking of Reptile or Havoc?
Oh, I'm going Reptile.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
I was like, Reptile's always been one of my favorites. Ever since it was funny. He became my favorite not because of the game, but because of the old movie in 1995 when he first was introduced in ninja form. And you heard the gaming announcer. It was like his little cameo, and he says Reptile. It's just how it was said.
I don't know why I actually know that.
Oh, you know that? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you've seen it or not, but it was Reptile. And to this day, people still think that's one of the best scenes in the movie. And then it shows the ninja, and he's been my favorite, one of my favorites ever since. But even outside of that, their fighting style and Havoc is like I would say like a street fighter. Like he's about just punch in and see what happens, and with his abilities is cool. But Reptile, he's about that, for my opinion. He's a ninja. He's taught a certain way, and I think in a fight he will win, even with all the weird Havoc abilities. Reptile will get out of it, and then him going invisible also helps too.
Yeah.
So that helps against a lot of people. So, yeah, Reptile.
But Raiden or Kung Lao?
Oh, Raiden.
Why?
Oh, Raiden's always Kung Lao. And it's unfortunate because I actually like him as a character, but he always lets his ego get in the way, and it messes with him. And in story modes, in every story mode, even in the cartoon movies that came out, he always gets beaten. As cool as he is with all the swagger, he always gets beaten. And then Raiden, even online, if you look at gameplay online, Raiden's one of the top tier characters in the game. A lot of people use Raiden. His combos, mix-ups, everything. Raiden, the damage, is like the full package online. So story-wise and online gameplay, gotta go with Raiden. Raiden has been top tier for a long time, but MK1 put him even higher.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Movie or game aside, just off of pure ability, Shang Tsung or Liu Kang?
Just from straight ability?
Yeah, who would win in a fight?
Oh, well, that's Liu Kang. And he's proven it.
Okay.
I was like, you say outside of online gameplay, just story. Liu Kang's the chosen one, so it's the reason he's in the position he is now, because he's beaten Shang Tsung and, Shao Kahn and so on and so forth, Kronika. Liu Kang, even though he never was my top favorite character of all time, still got to give respect that most of the Mortal Kombat characters is going to lose to him. So unless they have plot armor, like that Sindel scene that I was talking about, which made no sense, where she takes out almost everybody, and Liu Kang is knocked over a hair flip, which made
the evil Sindel?
Yeah, that was the most biggest plot armor I've ever seen. And I was so glad a lot of people understood. And some people were saying, well, in MK9, it was an older game. She was like this, she killed everybody. I was like, that's not even true. I had to look back. She didn't kill everybody. Nightwolf killed her. I mean, she killed a nice amount, but Liu Kang wasn't one of them, and Raiden wasn't one of them. It was the other side characters, and she was powerful, but MK11 showed that Liu Kang was better. And so that's why when she came back in MK1, I'm like, okay, Liu Kang should still win this. And he did over a hair flip, which made no sense. That was one of the worst parts of the story, was that yeah. And people told me to look back at MK9. I did, and Nightwolf beat her. So if Nightwolf can beat her, then Liu Kang can beat her. So, and I love Nightwolf. Nightwolf's my favorite character of all time. But he's not better than Liu Kang. Anyway.
Okay. Well, speaking of Sindel versus Natara.
Oh, Sindel. The queen, got to give the queen her respect.
Fair.
Natara's is C class, B class. She's cool and all, and You know, I like how the character model with Megan, what's her name? Fox? I almost said Megan Good.
Yeah,
Megan Fox. And it was good. The voice acting was okay. She getting overhated for no reason. I said this to people. If people didn't know that was Megan Fox, I don't think they would have went at her hard. Because, you know, they're just hated. You know, people just like to hate for no reason. People are like, this is why actors can't be in video games. And I'm like, do y'all not watch Cyberpunk? Mm-hmm. Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba, other people, they've done a great job. Don't let one thing that you don't like say actors can't be in video games. That's why they're actors. They're meant to act. It was like, that was like one of the dumbest takes I ever heard. That's why actors can't be in video games. They're acting for a role. Anyway. But, yeah, I would say Zendaya.
Okay.
Whole package, royalty, her powers, everything. She's literally the full package.
General Shao versus Geras.
Geras was really nerfed in this one. In MK1.
Nerfed, what is that?
He was weakened. In MK11, he was pretty good. In MK1, it was like, how long was Natara biting his neck? It was like he should have like did his power to put her off her or something. I'm like, and I thought about it. It was only one part, if I remember correctly, where Geras actually beat somebody. But every other fight he had, he was losing. And I was like, okay. But General Shao was losing too. General Shao was nerfed. He wasn't the Shao Kahn of the old. So, dang. I have to go straight from gameplay-wise online. Because story-wise, they're about the same. Dang, they're both great. I don't know. They're both, I'll just say both, so I'll go with this.
Bet. All right. Gotta trip you up with at least one sip. Kitana versus Ashra.
Both.
What?
I
love me some Kitana.
Yeah, in MK1, she's not bad. She's just not great. And I feel the same way with Ashra. No character, this actually is the first MK where I can say there isn't one character that's bad. I like every character. But when it comes to tiers, her and Ashra are like on near the bottom. And so I'll have to say both.
Interesting. I'm interested. Kitana versus Milena. Sisters, who would win it?
Melina.
Okay.
Melina is a fan favorite. Her movesets are better. She has, which is kind of why it makes sense how she gave her more spotlight than Kitana, but she has more heart, more drive, which is hard, I guess you could say, even in story mode. And then online, in my opinion, her movesets is better than Kitana's. So if I had to say one or the other, it's definitely Melina.
Okay. Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. Scorpion.
This has always been... I always went back and forth with them two. It just depends on which game we're talking. There's one game I would say Sub-Zero. There's another game I would say Scorpion. But on MK1 alone, I got to go with Kuai Liang, which is Scorpion. They gave him a great spotlight. And personally, I think they overdid how annoying not annoying, but how cruel Sub-Zero was. I think they overdid it. It got it to the fact that he was annoying. He sounded like a brat. And I know because in the arc he becomes new Saibot the villain, but it was just he was doing some things. It was overdone. Like he really felt like a little brat sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know, like how he was talking down on Smoke, or like he had to let you know I'm a grandmaster. It was like we know. It's like we get it. It was like he seemed like he was a kid that was always overlooked. And now that he got the attention, he had to let people know I'm the best. I'm the best. And then when Smoke just said something, you know, you would never be the Lin Kuei. It's like, listen to your grandmaster. It's like, okay, you're doing too much. It's like, relax. The Scorpion and Smoke never. That's one thing that the reason it made it weird was because Scorpion and Smoke never they never disobeyed him. Mm-hmm. They question, yeah, but you can question somebody, you know, but it was never warranted how Sub-Zero was acting. So it made, story-wise, it made Sub-Zero as a character. And when you see Noob Saibot, which is who he becomes in the older ones, he was evil, but it was never in this brat form. And so to see him like this in this timeline, he was more of a brat, you know. And it was just like, I love Sub-Zero, but that's why I said it just depends on which Mortal Kombat we're talking about. This one, definitely Scorpion. Scorpion is one of the top 3 characters in this game, in my opinion. Character arc and all that stuff.
Okay, so you answered all of my matchups. We're going to take the selections that you did from the previous matchups and match them up with each other so we can get down to your number 1
Oh, wow.
pick.
Okay.
All right, so Johnny Cage versus Smoke.
Johnny Cage.
Okay. Lee May versus Baraka.
They both had great character arcs. I have to go with straight gameplay on this one because character arcs in the story, they both are the same. You feel bad for them, but you see the redemptive side. They have heart. They're caring, but they're about business. So they both are the same with that. So online, Baraka.
Okay.
Online, Baraka is better, in my opinion.
Okay. Raiden versus Reptile.
Reptile. Reptile. Yeah, Reptile.
Okay. Liu Kang versus Sindel.
Both.
All right. Still got a matchup there. Scorpion versus Melina.
Who was it again?
Scorpion versus Melina.
Scorpion.
Okay. Ashra versus Geras.
Gears.
Okay. And Katana versus General Shao.
General Shao. I based the last.
Hating on Katana.
Well, no, I based the last 2 off of gameplay alone.
Okay.
Because story-wise, but so I had the Gears I chose because his gameplay was better than Astra's, and I chose General Shao because online his gameplay is better.
Okay. So next round.
Katana wasn't given a lot in this one, which was it.
Her.
When she wasn't given a lot.
Like her.
Melina got more.
She's my go-to from back in the day. So
Yeah, I'm about to say the
she's my
previous
go-to now.
one she was given more. This one it was like
Yeah.
she took a back seat for Melina to get her shine, and the other because it was more female characters this time than the other ones, and so they got more shine. And she was just there. I always felt like she was just there. The most she got story-wise was when the previous one, Liu Kang brought her back at the near the end, and they kissed. Mm-hmm. That Katana, it was like that's when she got a little more shine, but it wasn't the actual one from MK1. So yeah, outside of that scene, she was in the back seat, so that's why it's hard to choose her. But so it's not her fault. It was just the writing for her wasn't good enough.
Okay. So moving forward to the next round, Johnny Cage versus Baraka.
Johnny Cage.
You're always gonna pick Johnny Cage. Reptile versus Scorpion.
Dang. You said Reptile versus Scorpion? Mm-hmm. You sure? Okay.
Are you sure?
I was like, you sure? I was like, that's a tough one.
Are you sure?
Dang. Both story-wise, very good. Gameplay-wise, they're the same. And I know because I used them both. I used them 2 in Johnny Cage. And Reptile and Scorpion I put at the same level, so I have to, if I say the same level, I'd say both.
Okay. And I'm going to go with it again. Liu Kang versus Sindel.
I already said both.
Okay, so let's switch it up then. Liu Kang versus Reptile.
Reptile.
Okay. Scorpion versus Sindel.
Scorpion.
Okay. Johnny Cage versus Scorpion.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage versus Liu Kang.
Oh, Johnny Cage.
So Johnny Cage is your number 1.
Was that everybody?
That was everybody.
Oh, okay, yep. I mean, I have a video that's coming. I don't know if it came out yet, but I have a video saying I'm sorry because I told my fans that I'm gonna look into using other characters online, and then I did, and I just kept seeing Johnny Cage, and I was just like, and he just sitting up there doing the middle finger at me, like, you really gonna leave me out? And I was like, I gotta go back to Johnny Cage, and I was just like, I had to use him online, and I play better with him. Like, I was playing online, I just play better with him. I always, since MK9, I've always been, when it comes to playing online, I've always, with Johnny Cage, my favorite Mortal Kombat character of all time. He wasn't in Mortal Kombat 1, but is Nightwolf. But gameplay-wise, Johnny Cage always fit me. And he, in this one, is what I wanted him to be in the previous Mortal Kombat. So because I got what I want, I'm like, am I really going to put him on the side? I got what I wanted. He's more of a mixed-up character now than he was last year. And I got what I asked for Johnny Cage, and now I'm putting him on the side. I was like, I couldn't do it. So I remember before I started playing online, I'm like, dang. Johnny Cage, that when you choose your character, he just looking at me. I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry, Reptile. I was using Reptile, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I love you, Reptile, but Johnny Cage is sitting up there giving me the middle finger, so anyway, so yeah.
That's funny. Well, guys, let us know. Could Johnny Cage really be the best player on MK1? I want to know what y'all think. Comment below. Comment below who would be your number one, because we all know that Johnny Cage is not it. You heard me. We know Johnny Cage is not it, but if you're a fanboy, then he might be it. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Or pause.
Oh my gosh, I'm done. Oh my gosh, y'all see him, right? Y'all see this? Y'all see what I gotta live with? Y'all see what I gotta live with? Yeah, that's right. Put your ring finger up. You're lucky I love you. You're lucky I love you.
I ain't trying to get in trouble.
I know you're not trying to get in trouble.
I was like, I'll do the ring finger. Use the thumbnail.
Good Lord. This is who I live with, y'all.
That's what he does.
All right, guys. Let us know down below in the comment section. Start the conversation. Who's your top player in MK1? And if you haven't already, go and check out the MK1 channel, the MK1 series here on the regular channel, and the MK1 No Commentary series on the Relaxing Gaming channel. But that concludes this episode. We appreciate you for hanging out with us. Thank you, honey, for your time. Yep, I love you too.
You're welcome.
With that ring finger. Bye, y'all.